Hello there, people. Hi, Abby world. Welcome. Week 7400,000 of this show, and I'm a little bit late, but I'm here. I'm down. We're up. Uh, Getting this news out. Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? A little bit late. I was trying to make sure if anybody else is coming online or not. I have to go solo. Just make sure the show gets on. The show is on. Yeah, Abby, that's cool. So what are you saying? Your exams? Like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm all waiting. I want to see these flights, man. You said, like, because I know you got Valkyrie built, you've got ND-19-3 built, but you've also got, I think, didn't you say you built Hagataka? Kind of like to see these if you got these out here, man. Got to post them up. So I got a chance to get up theirs. Yeah, how did you like them, people? I took them out last weekend, did some good stuff. I'll be getting them back out here again too after finding out my stuff. As you notice, I did say Nova is being relegated to reserve, so I'm gonna actually probably prelude that as well. There's gonna be some news. I'm gonna be transitioning around and moving some things on my part of the core. Uh, I know you do. I know you do. Working on it, bro. I'm working on it. I'm serious. I'm probably going to do it Friday. I know I said this before, but now that I know, like, I got the test flights in, I got a few enough with a whole bunch of them, I know which version I'm going to give you. Remember, if you remember correctly, that's what I was saying was one of the problems was I didn't know which version or how I was going to, which one of the ones that I wanted to give out was the one I wanted to give out. Well, I figured it out. So, yeah, I can say with pretty firm resolve, hopefully on Friday, like I can get the setup done in such a way that you can have a Nova tutorial. Um, it's it's not what I expected. I thought it was going to be some other like a different version of the plane, and I'm still like lost in the I don't know why. Like I really kind of expected there to be. I don't know. I really kind of expected to be a shorter range plane than it was. I mean, I keep talking about that, and I talked about that in the flight videos that the plane itself was, doing what it was doing. It was like, you had the same kind of flight plan. It launched off and went behind and it circled around and it kind of loitered over the area. But again, that's not what Nova usually did. So to have a longer range version, and I feel like, as I kind of explained in the video, there's an average of these planes there, and I'm really going to try to like explore that and just say, look, let's just let you get the base model down, and then you can learn your own tweaks. And that all depends too, I think, as well, just simply on the bond of the paper you use. If you guys decide to build it out of notebook paper, loose leaf, spiral, whatever, the thinner bond, you probably need to get different flights than if you use printer paper, or if you even use something more beyond that. And use, I don't know what the hell would be beyond that. Just thicker bonds. I don't typically use the thicker bonds with it, but the potential is there. Robert, what's going on, man? Hey, you. Thanks for coming on in. I hope you got like down. Did you get the message? I said, like, yeah, I'll let you know. There we are. We're going. So, Nessus could be in here shortly. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah. The flights were good. I didn't get a chance to take 21-1 out here. This one, the droop snoot. Didn't get a chance to take it out. That's probably coming. I still haven't locked that in because I don't know if on these droop snoot aircraft that I have, like you see, I got the staple which follows actually the body there, but I don't have it on the bottom, so that bottom is like free and open, and there's like growth potential there, so I've like left it alone. But that's probably the next one. I mean, it's been flying. It's flown. What the hell? It's flown outside, but I haven't done like all the versions of it yet, and I haven't done to see what I'm used to. And I don't think this one's actually been. No, this one's been outside. This one flew good. So yeah, again, I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to have enough of the flights of the ones I was worried about there, and like I said, after some findings, that was pretty good. you get your AC fixed? Did you did also also did you get a chance? You didn't. I haven't seen any videos of you, so I'm guessing you're still a little bit. Dude, what the hell? I'm guessing you're still a little bit not with the program or not able to post is what I mean. Sorry, I'm not trying to make that sound dumber than it was, but you know what I mean. Yeah. So we're at 286 of the one-a-days. Approaching the year mark now, we can finally say, I think, with some tenacity, because there's a lot of planes in the queue now, and hopefully you guys have gotten this far. I certainly have gotten this far. So that's a lot of planes. It's a lot of planes. And hopefully if you got them, you're, like, if you've been following along, you've realized that, like, hey, these planes are, well, they're pretty damn cool. You know, you have whatever it is you build. Maybe you built mine. Maybe you've built NASA's. Maybe you've built somebody from Foldable Flights. I don't know. But, hell, I don't really care what you've built, man. I just hope that you've got your planes out. That'd be great. So, you had to have fixed it. It's too damn hot down there. What do you, Bobby, by the way, what do you mean the Venom hybrid? Did you build the Venom hybrid? Or do you mean like the one that was flying around? I know that plane is kind of, well, that plane's kind of strange too, but I don't know what to call it. I don't know if I'm really going to consider that a Venom hybrid or what it is. It's just, it's a good bird, you know, good plane, good bird. I enjoyed flying those too. I'm going to get like some of the longer ranges out there now because I'm trying to think. I've got like a few of them, but I don't have that many. I don't see them, so I can't physically count either. I know I've got enough of them to fly as a constitute like a test fleet. So, and I don't know what you guys consider a test fleet, but I mean, like, I consider a test fleet a good dozen, because you need at least 4 or 5 of them to be exactly the same, and then you need the other ones to tweak. So, what? Wait, Venom Wasp. Okay, that's what I thought you were talking about. What do you mean? Wait, Robert, what's going? Like, what do you mean? You said like that. Her day, that was obviously a mistype. Man. Well, you gotta hang with it, bro. You gotta hang with it. You'll be okay, man. Come on now. Don't be, what the hell? Where was I going with that? Okay, yeah. I kind of thought that. I wasn't trying to be too stupid, but I wanted to be sure. Like, whoa. I mean, like, whoa. Where in the hell? Oh, it's going to be bad, is it? Okay. We're apparently in the middle of a whole bunch of storms coming our way, so this is going to prove to be fun. I'm assuming we're going to lose power, but what the hell do I know? I just got here. Wahoo! Yeah, anyway, just looking at the radar. Yeah, we're surrounded by them, but not raining yet. Anyway, Avi, don't be doing that, man. You got to study, bro. I mean, I for one, kind of consider that, I don't know about your schooling over there, but American schooling is, come on, let's face it, guys, it's kind of stupid. At least it was for us older gents who took in schooling way back when. I mean, they need to teach you pertinent stuff for getting you on in life, not like, remember your past and here's all the right cursive. Like, no, man, no, you know. But anyway, yeah. Come on, man, he's not that bad. Usually father-in-laws are never as bad as mother-in-laws. Okay, good. Just get out of school, because, I mean, like, graduate, be good, because that's really the only yardstick you're measured by when you're that young. other than what might have a hooligan you might have turned out to be, you know? So just get out of it and have fun flying planes with us, and it's gonna be all right. Robert, same as you, man. Dad's just there, just fly some planes. Hopefully, you don't fly into a pile of dog poop, and you're gonna be all right. Oh man. Well, get on the ball, man. Come on now. I know, like when you pop in, like you're talking about, yeah, the kids are always out there and in the way and everything, and I get it, I understand, but like, I mean, it don't take long. This is what the Wonder Days are for, man, is to help you kind of stay with it, stay excited. It's not like a matter of, it's an escape. Not even, I don't even consider it 5 minutes unless I really get into it, like, because I can crank one out in like 2 or 3. But if you get lost in it, you build it, and then you're like, forget about the dad, the dog, and the poop, and the kids. Just like, oh, I got to get this wing right here. Oh, I got to fold this just this way. All right, man, I should take this. And then, like, everything's forgot, At least you're in your own little world for that little bit of time. That's all that matters. So, that's what this is for. And you know it, us creative individuals are like that. I've got some art that I do that with. And even art, like, I get into it, but, like, man, if I'm not in school, I can't get into art. Ever notice that? Like, I need school. I need something that I'm not interested in going on behind me so I can really get down and dirty with something right in front of me. Man, I lost so many Archie comics back in school to the teachers, like, because I kept reading and kept reading. I want all my Archies back, damn it. I want all my Archies back. Actually, I think I got a lot of them back. Usually they took them because, seriously, they didn't mind if you read, but they didn't, they were like, could you read On Topic, please? And I'll give you these back at the end of the school year. Some of those, man. Oh, yeah! What the hell? That's not what I'm looking for anyway. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. Hey, dude, one of the reasons why I gotta admit, one of the reasons why I can't provide Mr. Abby here with some videos is because life. I got really no life either. I mean, when you consider that I have to drive 40 minutes one way to work, think about how much time I lose just driving. I gotta work my day and then get home. So, it's like my time is precious and limited, and like I know I need to get the videos because this is my passion. And what you saw, I brought you the flights. I will be bringing more flights, including this thing. I'm really fascinated with this thing. This thing flies amazing in here. If you can see it, it's rather cool. It looks so hella basic. I mean, that's a straight wing back there. But this plane, man, I'm quite happy with this plane. Like, this is the W body I was looking for. If you see it, because it's got that got a little bit of the deep fuselage going on underneath it there. Yeah, the fin. Yeah, it's nice and it flies so good. I'm really enjoying this plane. A lot more than I probably should be, but yeah. But anywho, yeah, that's the way, You need the school. Keep the school. Schooling, like, you're doing online, Abby, so you don't get a chance to. When we say build in school, you're building at home. I needed school, so I had a place to build. That's what upped my numbers. Basically, yes, that really is what upped my numbers. What, the video from the past weekend video? Yeah, I can probably do it. What the hell is that thing? Oh, that's right, it's in the box. Ah, man. So I have so much work I got to do for my company. Like, I very seriously considered. Let me segue into these announcements and programs I'm talking about down here, as you see right there. Like, I've considered. Okay. Some of my bases have got there's no renumbering. I flirted with changing the numbers and I didn't do it. But I did change a couple of fin codes because I wasn't happy with the fin codes. I used to like single character fin codes, not so much anymore. It's all the phase you go through. I mean, if they're yours, you get a chance to do whatever the hell it is you want. And I mean, like, it kind of harkens back to World War II days when you saw B-17s and B-29s and the big old square B and a circle H and stuff like that. But I don't have that, you know, and most of my bombers don't have that. So to see like a Banshee with a W, which you won't, but you could, and it's like, I kind of don't like that. So one of my major announcements is I think I changed all, if not, well, I have one single character fin code left, which is just the W out of Walker, the 27th Strike Wing. That may change. I may try to give it one so it doesn't have one either. Better Koopa in Germany changed it so it doesn't have any more. And the other one, I can't remember what it was off the top of my head now. So, man, I can't draw people. Dude, I kind of respect you guys that can do stuff like that, but I have no interest in people or living things. Well, like birds. I like animals. I hate people. In my photographs and my drawings, there is never people present. I will never do that because I don't like people enough to include them in things. When I go to air shows, I get all pissed off when people walk in front of me. And there's 8,000 people there. And it's like, could you please get the hell out of my picture? Trying to take a picture of the plane. And you know how you look at photography books, and I go to photography classes, and if you go through the curriculum, one of them's always like how to take a better portrait, and it's like, dude, I don't care. I don't want people in my pictures. They just screw everything up. So no, I don't draw them. I draw things, and I take pictures of things because things are way more beautiful than people. No offense. I mean, you do what you do, but I can't do it. I hate that crap. Oh, and you're talking about rubber band launching too. I gotta admit, every time I throw these, I throw these, and you saw how they fly. But like, dude, some of them, it's me being nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I probably have told you this, but like, it's just me being nervous because I try to think about like, okay, if I put a rubber band hitch on this plane, well, it's flying this good right now. What's it gonna do when it's carrying along the extra weight of this hitch? And a lot of you can argue that like you put a little cap of paper on the nose and it's not like so what? But when your plane weighs in the ounces, you know, a little bit helps, a little bit makes a difference. So you got to watch it, you know. You can't just, this thing's balancing right now on my finger. That's its center of gravity right there because only my finger is out. Not that you can see that, but there's 3 fingers, see, so it's only on one. Anyway, so I have to admit, I'm just nervous. I am a tweaker by nature. So, I love to play with it by cutting it and holding it and so on and so forth. But I do watch it when it comes to paper clips and staples and extra tape and something like that. I understand that, like, yes, the little cup with the little hitch down there probably not going to make too much of a difference. So I just take the staple out, put the little hitch on, staple that, and go. It should be okay. But the thing, as long as it's detachable. The other option was like the ones I showed you where I've actually put a little bent up paper clip in the nose and there's an actual little hook down there. Yeah, it makes a great little hook and it's very unaerodynamic because all you got is a little hook, but then there's a lot of weight in that little band paper clip. So I'm torn. I don't know how. Yeah, you don't mean Nimbus. You don't. My other announcement on that is I think I mentioned that before, but I'm going to reiterate it again. I retired. I'm in the process, probably at the close of school year 21, this August 31st. I'll retire that particular version of Nimbus and go to a regular paper base instead of that newspaper base. They've aged fairly well considering, but only fairly well, and I need a stronger paper for something like that. So another one of the many announcements I was doing is a program where it's going to you could almost call it advanced materials, even though it's not, but it's materials that Nimbus was never intentionally made from before. I hate having that limited stock, so I'll probably still build them out of that, really. But we're trying not to use it as much. Maybe Nimbus will go into part-time reserves. Never really had an active duty plane do that, but this one might do that. Yeah, that Wyvern. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. I got you. Excuse me, my gamepad is getting in the way of my wiring system here. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh God. bless it. Trying to find this with this on is like stimulating. When I parked it up here, too, that's the phase. Yeah, you guys know your planes enough so well that when you like grab them, you just feel for them blindly and touch them, and you know which one you got. I never really thought I'd actually be at that level, but I'm at that level because I knew that was a phase, and I can't even see it. But I know that's what I was grabbing. I should have brought some drink down here. Yeah, you ain't get. I'm going to tell you flat out right now, you're not getting that Wyvern Venom hybrid quite yet, because again, that's kind of brand new. We only got like 2 of those. I might not even have 2. I might just have the 1. So until I have it, you ain't gonna have it. I got to get a little bit more of those before I figure out what I'm going to do. I have almost locked down the Venom in G though, so I've discovered how the folding works. I got one. Oh no, I threw it over there. I built one the other day using the instructions on one of the other Venoms I dismantled and threw it, and it flew great, like kind of you would expect. So it's over there, because over there's to the left of me, and over there's the wall, and over there's a distance away. And if you remember my factory view, that's where the cat was. That's where the trains were, way over there. So it flew pretty good. Yeah. Wait a minute. Why would you want the vampire now? I mean, come on now. You got to have a directed. Vampire's that short little stunter that we had in the show previously that I was taking over. Remember? So, let me bring up a couple things here so I see what it was I was talking about. You'd think I'd be smarter and you'd think I'd be on this ball better than this, but why is he online? Kick him off. Dude, remember the days of dial-up when you used to like have to pick up the phone, and when you picked up the phone you heard the internet thing on there going like, dude, who the hell's on the internet? Some of y'all probably don't remember that. I remember that. That was a bitch. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, I took away that one. No, the fourth wing is his, not mine. F, G, let's see. I'm trying to see all the single codes and see how many I did change. And I changed one. Da 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 da. I really think that might be the only couple. There weren't many because I wasn't that fond of it to begin with. There's a Q, but that's not mine. I think the W is the only one left. Oh, no, I changed walkers too. So I do not have any single character fin codes left after changing walkers. I'm sorry, it's a 27 strike group, not wing. That's right. I've redeployed a couple of squadrons. So, yeah, I have no single characters left. That's just for you guys. I just find the 2 digits is better. So, yeah, there's that. And after doing the tests, of course, I've sent Nova. Nova's like being in the process of making sure I'm deploying it to reserves. The Goblin is in 1 squadron, while Banshee is in all the rest. So we're doing good there. Again, this was, expected. I still wasn't sure about how, Goblin works as a Lytro trainer, as we call it. So Goblin is staying there as that for me, while I still could foreseeably make Nova my lead-in small trainer. But as one of the programs I'm starting to launch, I am looking for the NGT, the Next Generation Trainer, which could be this damn plane right here. Like, I could make the Droop Snoot that plane. See, the advantage of like having a bunch of your slots filled, a bunch of the roles filled as you were as an IVPAC member, and then having a bunch of airplanes is you can have some that just slide on into the roles as they need to, and this is one of them. So, like, I'm pretty much filled, and I can have a new one. I think it's kind of weird to, at least in our capacity and for myself, I kind of don't know if I like the idea of having a plane brand new slide into a training role. So it's quite possible that I could develop this, or like the plane that you guys saw, that Wyvern Venom hybrid, or the Venom itself, even, for crying out loud, because I got to work it. But like when they get good, they replace something and then the other one slides down. So I mean, like Wyvern, for example, has kind of turned out that way because a lot of the more recent ones, I'm probably building them different. Actually, I know I'm building them different. That's probably part of the problem. But they don't fly as long as the original Wyverns did. So I'm a little bit more inclined to, like, say, newer planes can replace it in control because I need that range for control aircraft. And then, say, Wyvern is going to step down and be like, medium to long or short to medium or reserve, for that reason. So, but I am trying to let also some planes age out. It's weird also in the paper airplane world because like when they age out, designs don't age out, and we don't burn them out just because they've become old. Like if like any one of your planes is a classic for a reason. Is the same way. You probably don't want to get rid of it. OAE, brother, there you are. Hey, welcome back, my man. Oh my God, thank God you're there. Seriously, it's hard to express, but we were genuinely concerned. I was genuinely concerned. Did you send an email back? Did you get my email? Man, California's seen so much stuff, dude. I seriously thought you were in trouble or something. Or I was literally like, man, if God forbid the worst happened to him, how would we even know? How would we know? So thanks for being back. Welcome back, bro. I'm hoping you're all right. Everything's cool with you and your family and your loved ones. Good to hear from you. Yeah, we've been doing the stuff though. Time must go on. Hey, many aircraft. Wait, since you've actually been silent for like, how long's it been? 2 months? A month? That's like as long as you've ever gone without anything. So, just many aircraft. I'll take it in stride. Just bring it, okay, bro? Like, prepare the sheets. I don't even care. Prepare the sheets. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But anyway, like, I'm not. I was trying to do this updates as part of mine, so I've got other programs of do. Why am I looking at this? Wait a minute. I meant to look at this, but I can't remember what I'm looking at this. Why am I looking at this for? Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Oh, I went in a drive at 5. There it is. Okay. Yeah, because you hadn't responded. Okay. That's what I thought. You hadn't responded, so I was kind of like, I was worried. I was worried, man. So at least you're there. Everything's cool. We're good. We're cool. Everything is all right with our world. That's all that need me matter. The Diamants, really? Now if only we could figure out what happened to Ben, too, huh? Y13's been absent now for a substantial amount of time. And he was given his regular shows, so it's like, what the hell? Like, Ben also might have dropped. Robert, you said you thought he was from like, is he in Cali or somewhere else? Because if he's in Cali, I mean, I have to admit, of all the places that have me worried, like if you were in the U.S., Cali's probably one of the. You never thought you might have said it before, but like Cali's the one to be worried about because so much crap goes down over there. It's just the way it is. So anyway, I'm gonna get into like I'm getting into real quick here exactly our well, I'm still thinking about announcements and crap anyway, because I was talking about that. I'm getting into some of our. Damn it, I hate it when it does that. Any anniversaries we have coming up here. Now that we're working on what freaking day is it? The 14th? So, yeah. I usually like do the ones. I'm pretty sure this is actually kind of a big time for us. So, let me look back here. I'm going to bring up the anniversary sheet here and see what's coming on. Wow. Let's see. Well, look at what we have here. Yeah. Okay. There's only 2 for the past week that we went through. And I don't remember how are we doing this? Upcoming or past? I never remember. I don't even know like what's better. Is it better to do the past ones like the past week, or is it better to do the upcoming week? So I like to touch on both just to remind people. And lo and behold, I'm looking here, and what I'm looking at is 2 planes. One from me, SIO, and one from NASA's have had their anniversaries. And as a matter of fact, yesterday was Raptor's 2-year anniversary. his plane has been up for 2 years, and he's hardly done anything with it. He'll be the first to tell you that, though. And then Goblin, my bird, Goblin, rolled out July 11th. So I also mentioned that in the. I realized I mentioned that in the video and got the year wrong. I said something. I can't remember what it was, but I said like an anniversary, like this plane. The plane I was flying was like from '08, and I said it was like 5 years old or something stupid. I don't know. I was too into the flying. I didn't pay too much attention. But anyway, Goblin, July 11th, 2013. So Goblin just hit 8 years this past week. So those are the only two. Yeah, they really are the only two. I'm looking back now. I'm looking back. So I'm going to do like a fast forward jump here and see if there's anything. Just so there's, again, I want to make sure I know we don't always hit on it, but I want to try to hit on these anniversaries as often as I can. Bases, your opening of a base or you're living in a place is a little bit different than something else like that. So I like to consider the planes mostly. But obviously the bases are important too, so you can't just totally forgo them. Ooh, there's a lot more happening in the next week. So we look at this here, and we have 4 planes active, 3 planes active. Oh my gosh, Nimbus. Nimbus is coming up. Funny thing you should say that, Avi, because Nimbus is coming up. And, damn, I didn't realize Nimbus is that old. So 14 years Nimbus will be in. But Spider and Black Knight for NASA's will also be in on there, and they will be 13 years old as of the 17th and the 20th, so almost next week. So be aware of those as they come up. That's really all we have on those, and everything else is like retired. And I don't usually do the retirements. This thing? No, this is not ND 19.3. This is ND 21-1. The Droop Snoot gives it away. Yeah, no, ND19, yeah, if you need, like, in the aircraft world, you always have the, well, this one is nothing yet. It was built this year, and technically, no, it did not precede that. This one was built a month ago. So this would be ND21-2, if I accept it or anything. And it flies really good, but the only one of its kind built, and so on and so forth. So we'll see where it leads. But it flies really damn good. Anyway, no, this is 19.3 that you're used to. The one that cut off here, this one doesn't have it too much, but the pinched wings. KIA, if you're watching, can you recognize that? I built a lot of them out of these sheets lately. But this is 21-1. And I have a few of these in the fleet. This is probably the best one in the fleet right now. And I hope to get a video of that next time we go out, so you can see exactly how that one does. Maybe even this one will come out. I'm kind of scared to take it out because it's actually kind of a little bit weak, but it flies so good inside. And hopefully maybe I'll get another one built and I can fly it outside of a little bit stronger material. So, which is the best aircraft? That depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Like, obviously, stunting-wise, well, probably 19-3. Because this thing flies just straight and smooth as all get out. And the Droop Snoot it pretty much does the same thing. It just flies shorter, at least indoors. But none of these have progressed on to stage 3 of the flight testing. So, this one's never been outdoors. And Droop Snoot's only been outdoors, and like that plane in particular, the one I showed you, which I'd have to go get because I just threw it across the room. That particular one's never been outdoors. Only 2 other examples have ever flown outdoors, but they were pretty good. But they also flew on windy days, so I can't really tell how they've been. W bodies are kind of I showed you guys once how to build W bodies. This is like a couple months back, like sometime in, was it April? Maybe March? I did do a W bodies thing, so. Interceptors? Wow, dude. Okay. That's something new. I want to put it to you. now that you're back, and I can say this, and like, well, first of all, let me first say this. I want to get this out there just in case, because Robert brought this to my attention, and let me just say this. Like, I don't know if the flight video got like, oh, I don't know if you watched mine when I actually flew your planes on the video, but that one in particular that apparently got some giggles and everything, I was kind of picking on your plane, and like, I wasn't picking on the plane, so I want to just say, like, apologies if that gets taken the wrong way. That's not the way I meant it. I wasn't mad at the plane. I wasn't mad at the flights. I was mad at the camera and the way the camera was operating. And apparently it turned out for a semi-amusing video, but it was only because I was flustered at how the camera was operating. I was pissed off at the fact that my battery ran out, and I failed to bring my backup batteries. I have this big camera case. I spent so much on my camera equipment. And the one thing I keep freaking forgetting to do is either bringing backup memory cards or backup batteries. Every damn time. And that's like cardinal rules number 1 and 3. You know? So, damn it, man. And I'm, okay, so again, I just want to get that out there. I just want to say, like, forgive me if it's taken the wrong way. I mean, I kind of meant for it to be amusing, but I kind of meant for it to be amusing because the camera was pissing me off, not the planes. But as a segue into what you're just talking about and the way your planes flew, I don't know how, OAE, talking to you, I don't know how yours fly for you, but if yours fly for you the way they flew for me in that video, all of your freaking planes are interceptors. Because every one of yours I got has so much surface area that goes vertical and horizontal. When you got a 1-inch fuselage, 2.5-inch wings, and 1-inch winglets, and a canard, a close-coupled canard that's just off the plane, dude, they only are ever going to fly straight. And if they fly straight, they're interceptors. They need to have a little bit of variation in the swoopy swoops and the loopy loops to actually be something else not. Keep this in mind, people. All of you out there watching, listening, whatever it is. I know you're all not IVPAC members, but for IVPAC members exclusively, if your plane flies anything damn near close to straight, it's a bloody interceptor. The only other option is defense. You can call it strike. You could call it attack. But I don't see how, if you're facing an opponent that actually doesn't have this gentlemanly agreement with you, where they're going to be like, hey, your plane flew, it's at my place, you want to come get it? No, they might just stomp on it. So if they've got your plane, it's toast. And to me, that doesn't really, like, my interceptors, I give a crap. Because I'm trying to attack their planes. You know, I don't care. I don't care. Like, throw your planes at me, I'm throwing an interceptor on them. Anything else that curves off and breaks, like if I've got a flight plan that goes out and then starts to do like this, obviously that's not an interceptor. You can't trust it to go in a straight line and intercept something. And I get it. You guys are stupid. Again, apologies on this. My rant gets a little bit like onto that level. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is we construe interceptor and defense as something goes into a straight line, point to point. Anything else that has anything else involved, you do an S-curve, you do a swimming motion, you do a loop, that is not an interceptor. And I've seen a lot of flights on you guys where it's so bloody straight, it can't be anything but. So I'm going to just put that out there. Now, also, but I also know that seeing your guys' planes, building them and flying them, I know you have other planes in them. So it's kind of just picking on you a little bit. But I find it amusing because you guys go through like other planes and interceptors, kind of like, you know, like it's crazy. And like, I hate myself for the fact that I've had one interceptor for going on 40 freaking years. I mean, dude, the Javelin design that OA's harping on right here. Javelin, my God, dude. First flight was in February of '88. That design has not basically changed much since February of '88. So you understand that, like, okay, yeah, it's cool. I've built other planes. That's why Quill is my HRO trainer, because it does the same job. But even it, between Quill and Javelin, I've not beat the two. Not sufficiently enough to say, like, oh, hell, trash Javelin, we're going with a new plane. And granted, ideally what I probably should have done was just gone ahead and said that and just like, okay, well, this plane's about the same as Javelin, so let's throw Javelin in the reserves, put this plane on the front lines so that it could be, like, starting to go to rest. I can't do it. Part of it is because of the different variations on the theme, because has NASA's will tell you. Yes, you can. No, you write pretty good. I'll follow you along. This new, oh, by the way, before I lose track of it, this new Harrier variant you speak of, um, just subtle technology applications, or like a complete like overhaul of the overall design. I'm just kind of curious as to what that means. Anyway, like, answer at your convenience. How is OAE going to tell me? Tell them like, nobody knows but me, and I don't even know how to build Venom. We ain't gonna get Venom right. You know what I'm saying? Not until Syl, me, not until Syl locks it down, are we gonna get Venom right. Anyway. Yeah, Javelin. I'm gonna tell you right now. I do have the the FIA. I call it the FIA. It's one of the few acronyms that I don't like have a like. You know how you try to find a cool acronym that means something. Like I do have Pulp going. There's another program that I'm actually working on, although I probably want to change it for plastic ultra long penetrator. Um, the advanced strike aircraft. That's what we're working on. But I have FIA, which is the Future Interceptor Aircraft. Something I've had that program running since 2008. I've been trying to find Javelin's replacement with that. Not been successful. That's only since I've had made it official. Because after Javelin approached the 20-year mark, I was like, okay, we really need to look into at least getting Javelin down to, you know, the reserves. Can't do it. So that's where we're at. And I'm a little bit frustrated. I mean, only a little. Well, the plane works. So I'm not, that's why I'm not that frustrated. Because it works. If Javelin didn't work, if Javelin wouldn't be the plane that like everybody like, it's iconic. Ask any of the other longtime members. It's iconic. People know Javelin. People are scared of Javelin, and people try to get planes that are Javelin like. If your plane is like, if you're flying a group of people, and whatever plane, you know this to be true. If people that use your plane has the yardstick, then it's iconic for a reason, and why bother changing it? It's like saying, well, that plane's F-15 like, or Rafale like, or MiG Su-33 flanker like, in the real world. If it is, then you know it's good for that reason, because that plane is iconic enough. Well, we've used the terminology of the phase. We've used the terminology for Javelin. At least those two. I don't know if many of my others are like that. Venom has gotten a name for itself, even though it's like one plane, a unique build. I actually sometimes call it the 1-0 because it's one off. But, that's what I mean. It's like they've gotten iconic for a reason. So, icons aren't easily changed. Obviously, like I said, freaking Javelin, 88. My God, dude. No, and see, again, oh wait, I wasn't. Let me be first. I'm not picking. I am not picking. I just like, I would like to be able to get those. And like, I understand it's really easy to build an interceptor. I could turn this damn thing into an interceptor. It wouldn't be hard. It already flies straight. All you gotta do is wait the hell out of the nose. It's going to be an interceptor. To a degree. I mean, obviously, this floppy ass wing, yeah, that's not going to fly too much. So I'd like it to be a bit more stable. But I mean, if I would have made it out of stronger materials and a rubber band to launch it, hey, and that's the thing too. I like to point that out from what Robert's talking about. This POW thing, yeah, it is. So I know you have introduced this really cool aspect. I love the fact, I sincerely do love the fact that you use the terminology that if you've been an aircraft lover, if you've loved aircraft, especially as long as I have, when you used to read about them when you were in middle school in the 80s, when everybody used to have these planes, and it's like one of the terms they always use was multi-role aircraft. I loved reading about that. I loved hearing about it because it always said there was more reading, there was more dimensions, more characteristics, more aspects of the plane. It was so cool. And again, I love that you bring that bit of nostalgia into this. So it's really cool because this allows you to have, like, say, for example, well, you know what? I'm going to be better than this. I'm usually a stupid guy about this, but I'm going to be better than this. I'm going to be above my typical standard. And I'm going to use an example that fits for a change. Okay, Sky Warrior. Sky Warrior is a prime example of a multi-role aircraft because you have it doing multi-roles. Now, you bring an aspect into IVPAC of it that I didn't really consider because it semi goes against the trend of what we do. I like everybody to build so many multiples to have different planes. It's not for roles, it's not for IVPAC, it's for you and creativity. I hope people understand that. It's like I'm not, I'm not pulling these roles out of my ass. This is from real world aspects, and I understand there's no purpose to having them in the paper world. We don't have troops, we don't have bombs, we don't have guys flying them. So the best I can do is just try to equivocal them to something that we could possibly use, and that's why like when we have like membership status, it's only like getting in with 5 planes. The rest are kind of extraneous, but we kind of require you to get them because we like you to be creative. That goes with the multi-role. Like I personally, I don't like creating multi-role planes because I like single-role planes. I mean, I don't know a better way to say it. Because a single-role plane, I mean, like seriously, these competitions that me and Mark talk about having, that NASA talks about having, his tourney and stuff, we have to fly 3 to 4 different planes against each other head to head to figure out who's got like a slightly better range and slightly better time aloft. The whole reason is so we can avoid having multi-role planes. I mean, literally, that's it. To avoid multi-role. Because any one of the planes in that tourney that are against each other could be considered multi-role. And I don't want to do that. So that's what I'm saying. I love the fact that you provide us your aspect, that size. That way, more members can understand it's like it doesn't have to be the way I do it or the way you do it. Any way is acceptable. That's freaking great. I don't want to alienate anybody. This is supposed to be for everybody. They're freaking paper planes, man. Who the hell hasn't made a paper plane? So I just want to get anybody who's involved, anybody who's still interested, show me what you got. That's it. So that's it. Please tell, and by the way, please tell me that like I'll be sitting here talking about and you're mentioning, please tell me you're going to show us these in some form other than Instructables, my man. Please, man. Come on. I am so itching to see one of your planes fly by your hand. You can be visible. I don't care. You could edit out the video. Just show me a video, man. You haven't had a video in 13 years, and I want to see how they fly by your hand. What do your planes do for you? You understand that like you confuse me a little bit when you call yours export, because when you give them out there to Instructables, when you give them out there to foldable flight, like every plane is exportable, every plane is exported. So it makes me, like it throws me for a little bit of a loop because I'm like, the hell's he talking about? I mean, I do that. I mean, we all do it, okay? Like NASA's and I have put up Cirrus and Thundercat. The hell was I talking about? Thunderbolt. We've got the how to builds out there, and as soon as you put them out there for other people to build, I almost say like, yeah, it's exporting. Now I understand your meaning. Okay, I get it because you explained this before, so I understand what the meaning behind it is, but I just don't like it. That's the way you see it. So I see it like, dude, if I put it out there for you to build, boom, it's exporting. Either that, or you can go with another variation of the same theme where somebody requests planes from you directly, and they say like, hey man, can I have 100 of those? Can I have 20 of those? Can I have 5 of those? You build them 5, you build them 20, you build them 100, and you physically send them to them. That's the only 2 ways I see exporting. Is like making the video and everybody builds them, or you build them and you give them to that person. So like, I mean, again, I understand, I get it, I do. I'm not saying I don't. I'm just like, in my mind, that's how I would visualize me doing it. So it's like, man, export, Jesus. I got no room for that. Right. No, see, and again, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, I don't have any of those because, like, well, by your definition, I don't have any of those. by my definition, my phase has been exported like 10 times over. So I consider that a success because those people specifically requested that plane, and I built it in front of them. In my case, it wasn't just building it out here on video for all of you to see. I literally built it in front of them. They followed along, built theirs, and then I showed them, like, well, here's how I do it. You know, just because they requested. It's not a matter of, I think only Pharaoh went with his version because he was happy with how he did it. Everybody else that built it wanted me to tweak theirs to get it to like mine, and then, like, repeatedly built it so that theirs essentially looked like mine. Like, literally, you almost probably couldn't tell them apart. I could. But a father can always tell his children. So, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is. But that's the thing. So, yeah, I like, they got, there's 7 of those pharaohs. It's not 10 exactly. But like I said, definitely my most important export. So, actually, no, wait, I'm sorry. I take that back. There is 10. Because KIA's got 2 of them. So, yeah. So, again, let me reiterate, though, I'm hoping you're not taking this the wrong way, because I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm not trying to say, you know, I'm wrong, you're wrong. I'm just my take. You know, that's just my take. So, you have yours, you have mine, and I welcome these takes. I'm not gonna be one of those guys saying, like, no, man, you're doing it wrong. Get the fuck out. No, I ain't that dude. I am not that dude. I can't nobody afford to be that dude. This is paper air folding. I mean, give me a break, people. Give me a break. Like, 3/4 of the rest of the world consider this childish. But that's because they're stupid. Like, dude, you only get one life. I mean, you choose to live it looking at, you know, and like, whatever it is hinders you, whatever it is pleases you, does. But don't sweat the technique. You know what I mean? So. Wait, Wasp? Abby, you got it. It's very rare for me to do aircraft on this show. My builds usually come specifically on the channels, and only do we have, like, if NASA's would get on board, or if OAE would get on board, I don't suppose there's any chance. Man, I gotta get a consonant in your name so I could call you something. Seriously, we talked about this while you were gone. It's like, man, we need to give him some kind of name, even if it's Bob, because, dude, like, I get it, like, in particular, but I mean, if we get to know each other and we're like, I understand secretism too, but at the same time, it's like, you know, talking to you and about you is like weird. Anyway, you don't have any freaking consonants, so I feel like I'm talking to somebody from Saudi Arabia or something. I don't know. Anyway, I can't just if I do a joint show with somebody, if there's like, you know, we're gonna put a show, we're gonna do a joint build or something like that, I'll do it here. If it's I want to get you involved, you got Valkyrie, I wanted to get you guys involved, you do it here. But these others, you're asking for exclusive sills, and I've got to put them on my channel. So you typically won't find them here. Didn't I give you phase 1 in here? I give you how to build phase 1s here. So yeah, like you said, you got Cirrus, Nimbus, Hakataka, phase 1s, and a basic version of the W bodies, as well as Valkyrie and ND-19-3. Actually, when you consider it, that's a pretty good bulk of my fleet. I mean, it's not nearly the whole thing. It's just a pretty good size. It's like about a third. Let me see. Wait. Let me count that up one more time for you guys counting at home. So you got Cirrus, Nimbus, which kind of counts as the same plane, but hey, there you go. OAE, multi-roll. But see, it's a different plane, because I don't call the big size version, like when I build Nimbus, it's this big. Nimbus will never be this big. Just as Cirrus will never be this big. So Cirrus will always be this big. So, different plane. Anyway, so Cirrus, Nimbus, Hakataka, W bodies, at least a variant of the W bodies, ND-19-3, the phase 1, and Valkyrie. So you've got 7. See? You got 7, dude. Come on! Didn't I give you... I swear to God, I've given you one more, too. I got to look at how to build this, because I'm pretty sure we've done one more. We could do... I'm trying to freaking remember. We could do one other one. Um, didn't we do something on the show? Why am I having a problem with this? They're coming up. I looked at the aircraft sheet. Well, wait. You're gonna make me check this again, dude. Hold on. And Jesus, I have got to scroll so far down this sheet, bro. I need to. By the way, OE, I gotta like. Is this the first time you've been like online in this amount of time? Have you seen any of the other things up? Because I've noticed you haven't updated any sheets lately either. Of course, you might not have been doing anything, but I need to integrate your updates on the online sheet with the updates I've been doing on my master sheet here. Now, to let you know, they're mostly the same. They're mostly the same. There's not much difference. I haven't done much on mine. So, and quite frankly, for all I know, they could be the same, actually. But I got to double check, so. But I want to get that up. What did you say now? The Zeta? Where the hell is the Zeta? Well, coming up, okay, well, if you go with the OmniWing Zeta, its rollout, according to you, was why do I keep saying January? That JY sometimes throws me. July 1st, 2016. So that anniversary passed. And I apologize, I didn't get that into the show because every now and then the show gets out of hand and we get distracted. So you know the deal. Every now and then we get distracted, so I forget it because I've been trying to make sure I touch on the anniversaries, but it doesn't happen every damn time. Yeah, I know. And by the way, on that Zeta, yeah, we haven't forgotten. But since you've been gone too, and since between Mark being gone, NASA's being gone, and you being gone, I didn't want to like we've been talking about when and where the shows are going to go, how many we might do, and who and when and where, and all this blah 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 shit. So we're trying to get it together in such a way that we could block this time so we don't piss off the real world people and upstairs people and downstairs people. You know what I mean? Life. So we got to make sure everything. It's like a house of cards, and it's got to all fall together at the same damn time. So we'll make sure Robin be involved, maybe KIA be involved, Missile, whoever can get on out there. And just watch this because apparently this will be amazing. And hopefully it'll take a couple of hours. Because let's face it, it's going to take hours. Even if one of us were to just build, sit, and have no distractions, it'd probably take, because you've told us how much time it was in the past shows, but it'd probably take whatever amount of time. But when you got 2 to 3 to 5 people fooling around with it, it's going to take hours, even if it is only 2 or 3. So, yeah. But again, on the books, so. I mean, remember, though, first of all, KIA only does the shows on the weekends. And we'll get them involved in that. You hear this, KIA? You hear this? Listen to this, pal. And 16, straighten this out. That was the number. So it's just Exile, but you want one on specifically number 16. So number 16 just particularly has a technology on it that you could put on any plane that you wish. Because, like, taking this is a Wasp L, but if you were to just cut the little tweaks in the back here, the only thing that makes 16 special was the little strakes that are in the back. Exile is Exile. It just happens to be number 16. Because remember, we in IVPAC number our planes 1 through whatever the hell it is we build. That just happened to be number 16. The Zeta and Neo Zeta. Oh, well, I had to revisit that. Neo Zeta was just. I don't have it on here. I gotta check it out through the online thing. So, yeah, I see that. Yes. But that was only a year old. OmniWing Zeta was like 5 years old. Yeah, so, yeah. Do you build that out of, like, clear plastic or something? Because you do have that listed as a LO bomber. I refrain from using stealth. Let me put this out there again for you guys that love that word. Because it's a press creation. And I know you guys have done this. I mean, like, I got to admit, because of the ages of people in IVPAC and because we've lived in the age of it, a lot of people love throwing stealth out there. And I'm going to be the first one to say, like, I don't believe in it. For paper airplanes, the caveat there. Obviously, it's real, it exists and stuff like that. But paper airplanes, what the hell is the point? It's paper. If you could find me a radar that's going to paint your paper and you're going to use it at home to identify aircraft coming in, till that day comes on a regular basis that's cheap for all of us members to get, there is no stealth. Either that or they're all stealthy. I get it that if you make a plane that's blue, clear, or gray with clouds on it, there's going to be a degree of what we like to term low observability. And for those of you that really know planes, understand that that is a terminology. But in the paper world, we're not looking at them with radar, and they're made out of paper, so chances are radar wouldn't pick them up anyway. Therefore, there is no stealth. There is, however, low observability because we observe. We see things with our eyes. So again, if you make it out of clear plastic, clear paper, whatever you want to call it, or you make it out of gray, blue, cloudy paper so it blends into the background, if you camouflage it, it becomes low observable. I do believe in that. I do not believe in stealth. So again, due to the press loving that term, I mean, hey, they're made out of paper. Every single plane we have is stealthy. Because I'm pretty damn sure I've never discovered any radar that can paint a sheet of paper. This is not a rant. This is just a thing. But I'm just going to say that. I'm going to throw that out there. So I'm never going to freaking use the term stealth in IVPAC in general. If I'm going to describe your plane, I'm not going to use the term. I'm sorry. They don't exist. It doesn't exist. It's a unicorn. I'll use LO, but I'm not using stealth. And that's all we're talking about on that topic. But yeah, anyway. Sorry, I just had to get into that. But yeah. Exile was pretty sweet. Let me see if I can. Exile was pretty sweet. I got to give it up. Exile, 16 was amazing. 16 was one of the better birds. But I mean, he's got so much, and by him I do mean friend KIA, who's been on the show. Exile has so many different guises. Let me show you this picture here. This is a shot of 4 of his planes. These are all Exiles. These are variations on the same theme that he built. I don't know the numbers. I can't remember the numbers. He might not remember the numbers. I'm pretty sure he still has the planes. But each one you're seeing present there is an Exile. And I think they're in a line, so they're sequential. So it could be 30, 31, 32, and 33. I don't know for sure. But again, that's just an example. He's got different birds. I'm trying to see if that's not an X. Well, maybe it is. I got to get with him again to make sure I got this right because I'm pretty sure. See, they're exports, and Exile is. See, the reason, and Abby, you may not get this or not, and we don't bring it up often because I was kind of trying to hide behind the scenes. But I know he won't care though. But Exile is just a phase 2, and Chaos is just a phase 3. I just want to make sure that gets out there because, again, I've tried to remain behind the scenes, but since we were talking about exports that OAE led us into in the first place, I just wanted to say that because, again, wanted to make sure that people knew that, yes, the reason why they're so good, and he knows it too, he said it, but Exile is a phase 2, Chaos is a phase 3. They're just exported. We helped them build along, so. I'm trying to find one. I'm bear with me here because I'm in the shot, but let's see. God, I wish all my pictures weren't destroyed by this crap. Oh, this one right here. Yeah, the picture you guys always think of as far as that goes. Whoops. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. When you guys think of 16, right? This is 16. that plane that you saw. So, hey, man, we all have. That's what I'm talking about. We all have low observability aircraft. And again, don't let me step on anybody's toes. Apologies. I'm not trying to like belittle you or anything like that. It's just I am never going to call your plane stealthy because again, it's just no stealth, and that's really all I say. You're never going to see it described in my aircraft list. Our aircraft list has stealthy, but that's 16. And as you can see, like that line, it left that line. If you look back further back where the footsteps are, it left 3 lines because its anhedrals dragged as it landed. But 16 has the little bitty strakelets in there. He cut them into the wings so they go up and they go down. And I keep looking at that and I wonder, like, did I say that right? Because that has the slanted trailing edge. So is Exile the phase 3? And Chaos is the 2? Okay, help me out on this one, man. And I'm sorry, I'm forgetting this because I shouldn't be. Sometimes I'm an idiot. But yeah, that's 16. I've probably seen it fly once or 5 times, but it's a rather cool little bird. For a brief period of time, when we've always been talking about aerial demonstration teams. We have these aircraft, like the Thunderbirds, like the Blue Angels. We've been working on that. It's hard to get that. But KA has gone a lot farther than the rest of us have with an aerial demonstration team because they've actually got a working model of it. Oh man, that picture wasn't fudge. That's okay. Robert, I'm sorry, but thanks for showing up, man. If it's not going to be the bad, yeah, it's screwing you up, it's screwing you up. That's okay. I mean, chatting in back and forth isn't that bad. So, but I mean, if it's making it bad for you, it's making it bad for you. I get it. Anyway, the thing is also that like 16 was only the first in the line of ones that he had that actually were successful. Like he's like this particular picture here. This is number 23, and I know this because I've got the shots. He's actually supplied me with the numbers. This is 23. It actually has the same tech as 16 because once he realized that he built a few of them like that. So phase 6, he doesn't have one like phase 6, not yet. Yeah, and ain't nobody got one like phase 7 because even I don't have phase 7 yet. Phase 7's not really out there to be accepted. Like I said, I described this before and I say it again. Phase 7 still hasn't moved out of D&T stage, and phase 8 hasn't moved out of R&D stage. So, well, that's wrong, isn't it? Forgive me. That's wrong. Phase 7 is T and E stage. Phase 8 is in D&T stage. It's phase 9 that is in R&D stage. I have to clarify because I got to go along. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm doing the exact same thing that Boeing is doing and pressing myself right the hell out of like calling it something because I'm at the level where, like the 7-blank 7s on a Boeing or the A3 something out of Airbus. Like, well, once you run out of that number, what are you going to do? Airbus luckily has broached that by already creating the A2. And may I say, they fell victim to the same things we like to complain about the United States Navy and the United States Air Force, where they just went with, oh, to hell with it, the public thinks it's this, let's just name it this. Like the F-35, even though we haven't had planes between 23 and that, or 25 and that, you know what I mean? And boats just being named any old thing willy-nilly because they don't care anymore. As, ballistic missile submarines used to be named after states because we don't have battleships anymore, but now any old boat can be named after a state, who cares? That's what I mean. There's like no pattern to it anymore because they just don't care. Same thing with this. It's like when I get to phase 9, I haven't really thought about where I should go after that. So I'm going to delay as long as I can building the phase 9, but it's hard to do when I've actually kind of got an idea and I'm working on making the first fold. So how old is the Colt? I'm looking. How old is this Colt you speak of? Yeah, Exile's pretty amazing. But again, when you consider what plane it is, then yeah, it would be, it better be. It's got a lot to live up to. Oh, you know what? I'm being a stupid head again. I'm asking Kay to help me out. I can figure that out. Oh, I don't have any freaking pictures of Chaos. Now, why do you reckon that is? Uh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Okay, now, again, asking has an IVPAC member, when you say they will be the mainstay of your fleet, are you saying they're your primary? Wait, I know where they're at on the sheet. Okay, so don't get me wrong. I'm not like saying that, but actually, I might ask you. That's the Neo Vulcan, right? That you're talking about, the 29-29s. Um, so maybe I am kind of asking. That's Neo Vulcan, right? So have you given that a role? And if you have given that a role, I ask because being your primary, the mainstay is like, we never. Okay, I see where you've got to slot it in. You got to slot it in again as a multi role, but in this one's case, it does what it does: control. So it's your longer range, but you also have it doing short to medium range attack as well as intercepting. Obviously, there must be a little bit of tweaks to cause it to change these. But in the meantime, because it's the bulk, because I noticed it took me a little while to figure this out on your part, OAE, but even though you have a bunch of planes, you really only have like 5 just covering, like blanket covering the roles, which again, I want to say that's really commendable. It's kind of cool. But, uh, yeah, I was looking at it. So, like, the mainstay, because it does the most things, because you got Sky Warrior doing a bunch of stuff too. As a matter of fact, if we go head to head on the sheet, let's see, 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 3, 5 to 3, 6 to 3, 5 to 4, right, 6 to 3, 6 to 4, 6 to 5. Sky Warrior actually beats it. And if I go on the roll sheet that you filled out at Penetrating Sky Warrior versus the Neo Vulcan, the Vulcan 29. Where the hell? So I'm just wondering if like you like switching a couple of those around, or you know that. By the way, the roll sheet that I've used there that actually is like the what the hell, I don't know how you want to call it, but the roll sheet is kind of like more of an example than um the the measuring stick. It's kind of just like an idea, so it doesn't have to be altered so much. But when I, even as I say that though, it kind of makes sense to do so, because it's like, well, that's current, so it should be current. So yeah, if people want the best ideas of the master roll sheets, then yeah, you probably want to keep it current. So gotta be on a different show, Abby. I said, if you want Exile, we will have to talk about doing these different shows that we've talked about, because he can't get involved in this Tonight Show. He always says, like, if we go till past midnight, he can get involved. But as you all know, this show gets a little bit, I mean, okay, maybe you don't know because it doesn't really scramble on your end. It only scrambles on my end. But in about 10 minutes, YouTube's going to be like, what the hell are you doing? And for me to cover y'all in chat, I kind of have to not follow on YouTube. So, yeah. So, yeah. But in the meantime, anyway, that's why I just said it, because it's like, hey, yeah, I'm not. I'd have to extend it beyond, and YouTube gets squirrely. So right. Anyway, slow aircraft. Okay. Oh wait. I'm sorry. I was quiet because I was just catching up on the reading. You guys chat, and then I gotta like look in on it. So yeah, I know. I know. I saw that. Not looking forward to yet another virus over here, but that's okay. We'll keep weeding ourselves out. Um, so like looking back on the roll sheet, so like the MUPs, do the MUPs they help dictate exactly what role they fill? Because again, you're talking about like a shorter range. So when like say, for example, the 29, when the 29 is like MUPless and streamlined, it's well, see, now I'm confused again though because like when you go with the airlift, you have MUP 2 equipped aircraft are filling one role. So anybody can do that when they have MUP 2s. But that's the only place where you have MUP equipped aircraft as, although you do have an asterisk in 2 locations with the Turbo Starhawk and the Cobra, mostly for the Turbo Starhawk. Um, I'm just curious because I was thinking like, so does a Neo Vulcan or a Sky Warrior with MUPs that obviously shortens its range, and that's why I can fill whatever role differentiates it from the longer range variant. I mean, makes sense. I get it. I'm trying to follow along because it's not as confusing as I'm making it out to be. I get it. I'm just like making sure that after looking at it, it makes more sense looking at it. You know what I mean? So I've got to make sure these freaking sheets, when we get done with this show, the first thing I'm going to do is leave these sheets up, go to the documents, and make sure they freaking match so that we're all getting the same thing. Just to make sure we're getting the same damn thing. We're looking at the same thing. Okay, so I got my Nova listed here as lead-in small trainer. Ha! Yeah, that was a bad idea. Yeah. Okay, okay. That's I mean that's kind of what I thought. I was just trying to make sure because again, yeah, I didn't want it to be all messed up and everything. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go back and look through the sheets just to make sure we're on the same page before I make any judgment. Because I mean, you haven't changed anything in a little bit, so I think the sheets that I have here match the ones online, but I'll double check. In which case, I'm gonna have to end the show here shortly because I want to make sure it does it before it gets squirrely. Because when it gets squirrely, again, I don't know if any of you guys have any experience with this. You probably don't. But if you leave YouTube up for anything longer, live for longer than an hour and a half, like my browser takes a severe hit in the like going like seriously as it uploads or catches up, it like makes a living hell out of anything I want to do over here. So like it starts to lag, like I'll see the like circle and it's like, hey, catch up, like what the hell's going on? So hey, you wanted to post a flight test, you got to post a flight test anyway. um yeah, so like on my end it gets squirrely. I mean, I might actually have to like restart the browser. And obviously through the IVPAC account that we have for the members here on this channel and the station and everything, there's a channel on Google, but I have my own personal, different from that. So it's like you know, I got to use the one that the IVPAC one's associated with to be able to see the crap because I can't just visit it from my personal one. I don't see the same thing, nor can I edit. So I want to be able to touch on the same thing that everybody else can touch on. I keep them as separate entities. All right, cool. All right, so, did I announce programs? Yes. I talked about my news. Yes. You've seen some news? Yes. OA is back. Thank you for showing back up, my friend. At least you're back there. At least we know you're kicking and flying and other stuff like that. Same can't be said for NASA's over there. But you know how it is. Robert, I'm sorry. Your freaking internet sucks. Maybe you should hop on one of those balloons. And by balloons, I mean the Google balloons. You know, or whoever satellite there is, Starlinks, have been providing us with some crap. But hey, whatever, man. Whatevs. Like, I'm sorry you couldn't get on, but, like, you know, good thing we weren't live with you this time for that reason. But in the meantime, like I said, we're approaching 1 hour and a half. I want to thank y'all guys for showing up. We're going to call it quits because I want this thing to stop going squirrely because apparently I got a little bit of work to do. It's been good talking with you guys. Been real good talking with you, OAE. Thank God for you showing back up. We know you're okay. I look forward to seeing those. Come on, man. Give us a video. Just one video. Random as hell. Dude, give it to a friend to fly it. No, wait, don't do that. Just give it to a friend to film it so he never includes you. Like all those channels. But, like, you know what I mean? Just because I would love to see your planes fly by your head. It's not very short. It's just, I'm keeping it short. So, see, it's already starting to get squirrely. I'm getting the loading thing. I got to stop. So, guys, thank you for showing up. As always, it was fun. It was a pleasure. Bring you another show. It is as it was. You know, keep looking up and